if you didn't like it, please just don't put too many comments. We are out of here and enjoy our adventure. Thanks again, guys. Until next time, hook her down.
Jordan's sore nose let out a fiery sneeze, so Dad grabbed Puffs Plus lotion to soothe her with ease. Puffs Plus lotion is gentle on sensitive skin and locks in moisture to provide soothing relief. A nose in need deserves Puffs indeed, America's #1 lotion tissue.
Hey everybody, welcome to Camping with Steve. I'm in a parking lot today. Not just any parking lot, the fabled Walmart parking lot, Boondocker's favorite for many years now. Unfortunately, over the years, people have been abusing the privilege by setting up and just living here and leaving tons of mess all over the place. So most of them across the country, I've noticed, have cracked down on it. No more overnight parking. It's very rare to find one, and I have found one. This one does allow one night, and that's more than I need to test out my new gear. Of course, I don't have a trailer, and camping in a car for the night isn't quite roomy enough. So I'm going to reserve my spot here before everybody else for the night pulls up. There's only 2 other campers here. But that's good. If I saw none, I'd be worried. And if it was full, I'd also be worried. So there's a beautiful spot here to pull out on the side. This Walmart doesn't close until 9. And what I'm fixing to do tonight is set up one of these SUV tents on the back of the SUV. And this is the only one I could find at the stores, Backroads SUV. You know, it's cool because they spell it with a Z or a Z in Canada, as we call that. I'm doing a slow cooker meal, so I'm going to throw it all in here, power that up, and get things cooking so that when I set this up, I get to wait for the managers to leave or whoever's in the last shift before I really start to set this thing up. Because once they're gone, they don't care. It's just all security. I doubt they care. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, and I don't want to have to pack up and leave because it's a long drive home, and it'll be dark in a few hours. On high, it's drawing about 135 watts. Chicken strips. I'd normally brown those up first, but it's just more stuff to bring, and they're going to cook just fine in here. Onions. Bell pepper mix. Thick and chunky salsa. For right now, that's going to do. Now you're cooking with Steve. That'll take a few hours. Walmart closes about 40 minutes. Then I can get this set up. And so we're on to the boring part of car camping, or van dwelling, or portable dwelling, or van lifing, or boondocking, or full-timing, whatever you might call it, sitting around in a parking lot not doing much. So it'd be nicer with an actual camper or van, but sitting in your car is not all that fun. Probably wander around. There's a very tantalizing liquor store right there. But my rule with vehicles is I'm not going to sit here getting smashed in a Walmart parking lot in my vehicle. That's a no-no, and that's bad. So I'm going to do something different for a beverage tonight. Just a heads up for those who are expecting a delicious frosty step 2. I think this only applies to big trucks, semis. No overnight parking for them, but I'm allowed to in my camper situation there. I'm always on the lookout for interesting spots, and I thought I'd check this, but it's real wet. Actually, my foot's getting wet, right? So, this is a no-go, but pretty much my whole life consists of looking for interesting places I can sleep. I know it's hard to believe, but there's not much exciting going on in a parking lot on the side of the highway. This mall closed at 6. And Walmart is actually just a tenant of the mall. It's an anchor tenant, as is the Safeway grocery store on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up. Whatever security the mall has is going to be whoever I have to deal with if they don't like my tent. And I've never set it up before, and I don't want to draw too much attention. So I'm going to get the poles assembled on the side here, and then get ready to slap it up real quick when there's not too many people around. Probably two-person setup type of thing. Great. Oh. Holy moly. Wow. Longer than the car, that's for sure. I'm going for it. All right. Let's get out of view. Okay. All right. Now, it is good and spacious in here, I'll say that. A lot of room to relax. But the tent pegs I have aren't going to go into this gravel. So just pray for the wind to die down and see if I can anchor this down somehow. Every ounce of weight I have is going around the perimeter. Yeah, the way that setup was going at first, I thought I was going to pack it all back up, but I've got things kind of anchoring the whole situation down. Inside, there's the folks in that camper over there. She was really giving me a bit of a dirty look when I was setting up the tent. So, my neighbor, it will be out early in the morning, that's for sure. So, I'm just gonna hunker down, lay low, really pray for this wind to stop. This panel here is causing some wind resistance, so if I open it up, the wind will just kind of blow through, and it won't blow the tent over, but then I'll be seen. And I'm playing like a little kid here. It's if I can't see them, they can't see me. I'm just ignoring what's out there because I don't want to get told to move along. If it starts raining, then I'll put the fly on. I've made enough of a spectacle of myself in this parking lot for now. Let's see how the night goes. People are just looking and probably thinking, weirdo, going about the daily business. The normies wouldn't understand exactly what I'm up to. Pushing the limits of what could be considered an RV in a parking lot. That sounds like rain. Aha, raindrops. I'm still not putting the fly on. This will blow over. My tent's off kilter a little bit here, so when the parking lot dies down, I'll straighten it out. Walmart has officially closed. That's not really my concern. My concern will be the parking lot security, which there is sure to be some. down to 68% battery, and this is going to take a long time. Another overnighter pulled up in their RV, nicer than mine. Chicken is cooked, so I'm going to throw in some of this Mexican rice to go with the rest of this theme of the meal. I really hope this will cook the rice. If not, it's going to be a crunchy meal. I'm going to skimp on the seasoning. I'll throw in some corn too. I finally found one of these little containers of corn. Not that it helps make the meal any smaller, but a lot of my recipes do need just a little bit, and a whole can is too much. Could give that a little more water and let it cook 40% or so on the jack ready to go. Okay. I'm going to straighten out this tent. The parking lot is pretty quiet, and the tent is definitely off on a kilter there for sure. So. Now that shouldn't blow away. And how bad does it look here? It's unusual, I suppose. Oh well, I'm no stranger to that. Absolutely no wind right now. It's dead calm. And the forecast doesn't call for any wind. And we all know those are very accurate. So I'll get this a little more domestic here. I don't think anything could go wrong. This is not so bad for a parking lot. Time for a step two, because we don't tempt fate. We don't need problems. There's always enough problems as it is without asking for more. So, delicious Pepsi. This could be a long night. I've used 2/3 of the power. Now, I've had this power bank for probably 4 years, and I think it's probably not got as much capacity as it used to. So, to be sure that I get this cooked, I'm just going to insulate this crock bottle, keep all the heat in there. You know, what could go wrong generally? Okay. Just a few people in the parking lot, sitting around in the cars, because that's where all the excitement is here tonight. Nothing to worry about, though. Something I do need to worry about. My power supply is down to about 20%, so I've turned the slow cooker to low. Draws about 100 watts, and I might have an hour of cooking time left. Heavily bundled, and my fingers are crossed. I tried the rice. It wasn't crunchy, but it was chewy, and that's not a quality I look for in my rice. I was a little worried how this tent would attach onto the RAV4 because for the first time in history, this model and trim didn't come with a roof rack. And the instructions say I got to tie it onto the roof rack. So it is kind of elasticy, and it goes around there.
You know, someone's actually watching you.
The one feature I really like is I can actually close the back, and that stays on. Not as well as if I had a roof rack, but if I have to go to the washroom at the nearby McDonald's or gas station, I can lock the car with my stuff in it and hike on them. So far this tent is getting some thumbs up for me. The moment of truth is coming. 6% left. I'm going to let it go right until it runs out of battery. And if the rice is too chewy, I'll just pick out the rice. Certainly got a quiet parking lot tonight. Lots of lights, so I don't have to use my flashlight. When I look through the front of the car here, I can actually see the light illuminating in the tent back there. So I might not have too much privacy tonight, but that's okay. I'll be out early in the morning. May as well get the mattress set up. I will be sleeping in the car and not on the ground of the parking lot with broken glass and nails and who knows what. So I lost the straps that came with this mattress, so ratchet straps. So good universal tool. Carry with you 24/7. Well, we all saw what the battery said. I will let this sit here and stay as warm as possible. Just get those residual little simmers out of it before I find out my fate. I know the chicken's cooked, so it's going to be safe to eat. How enjoyable the rest of it is, I'm too scared to find out. So just letting it sit there for now. And I'll just relax here a little and choke down my delicious step 2. That clears out the parking lot for now. Look at that. Quite a view right out my tent. I like it. Oh, it actually looks cooked. Okay. Let's see. Perfectly cooked. Okay, I got lucky there. Time to assemble my meal. That's onion crunching, not the rice. Jacket didn't even burn. Amazing. Today is my day. Texas/Mexico cheese. Oh no, oh no. Okay, I should have known better. I got the light stuff. You can usually tell by the pale blue writing. So it's a little healthier than I planned to go with this. I hope it melts. And I also got the healthy flavor of sour cream. 5%. Sure runny. All right, so I should be able to devour all of this tonight, no problem. That's great. I should have got bigger tortillas. But nothing better on a warm spring evening than a hearty slow cooker meal in a tent. Well, that was really good. I'm going to sleep awesome tonight. I'm trying to figure out the best use scenario for this tent setup. I always try to figure this out when I try out new gear. And I think there's good potential with this because I like to do backcountry car camping. And up in a remote area, it's nice to have a spot to stretch out. I definitely wouldn't cook in here in bear country or anything like that. Parking lot's one situation, bear country, completely different story. And, I suppose, yeah, you could close this and be in the vehicle away from any animals or danger. But still, that's just, you want to avoid all that situation. So it's kind of a cool, chilling area. You can set up and relax and then crawl right in. With a bigger SUV, it'd be a lot more comfortable. You could have like a double or a queen in the back. So that's kind of how I see it. I'm going to use this up to logging roads and stuff like that for those adventures when I don't want to haul a trailer that would get smashed up on all those roads. They're pretty rough. And I don't want to just sit in my car all day or underneath the overhang to stretch out if it's raining or something. I don't know. That's the use situation for this that I can see. Or a nice day at the beach. I'll have to remember that the door is on the passenger side. So there's only one entrance into this, and that's on the passenger side. If I'd known that, I would have pulled in the other way. But I suppose I could have looked on the package, the picture there. So, and I'll have to air this out real good because I did cook in here. And when I use this in bear country, you know, if I fall asleep on a hot day and I got this open with some breeze blowing through, I don't want to track the bear over and wake up to find him gnawing on my still twitching leg. So, with that said, button this up, charge up my phone for a little bit. I want to be sure my alarm goes off tomorrow. Walmart opens at 7. I'll be out of here at 6:30. Sunrise is at 5:30, so I'll have a lot of light to take this down. And hopefully not too many people shaking their heads in disgust at me. I don't think we're going to have any problems tonight at all. Haven't seen a security guard drive by. Nobody cares. It's just a little humiliating to be using a tent in the parking lot. But that's okay. It's not the first time I've been. There's another period of birds are up already. Great. I'm a little bit late. It's like 1 a.m. I was just trying to keep an eye out in case there were security coming around and wanted to talk to me or something. But yeah, this is cool. It is. So promises to be a interesting sleep. Sun will be up 4.5 hours from now, so I'll get whatever sleep I can. And see you guys in the morning, unless something happens overnight. Morning, everyone. I woke up a little sooner than my alarm by 15 minutes. This is a bit chilly. It was warm enough. I was brave enough. I thought I'd just use a little sheet here, this little flannel sheet. No, I should have brought the big sleeping bag, but I don't know. I normally run a little hot when I sleep, so it's nice to have a nice refreshing evening, which I certainly did. But I suppose I'll get out of here. There's a few people in the parking lot, but I'll start taking this down. It's looking like a beautiful day. I know what dinner tonight is. Leftovers. This mattress is the only real tricky thing I have to deal with in the tent. The rest of it, I'll just shovel it all in the back. Oh, there's the alarm. Okay. I don't think I've used a slow cooker with an actual portable solar generator power pack before for any serious length of time. I've used it to keep stuff warm, but I don't think I've used it to try actually cook something. And yes, it's a little bit old, but that was what we call in the business a closey. Things could have been a lot worse. Good morning. for the crowd. Years ago, I got my first actual decent tent, and these coupling things were on the inside, so it was flush on the outside, completely smooth. I was floored by that development because I'd never seen anything like it. But a lot of people told me, "Where have you been? That's what they're all like." But this is what I'm used to: is these big stupid knuckles on the outside that get caught when you try to slide them through. So, for those of you lucky enough to not have to use these, uh, good for you. But for the rest of the world that we're used to these annoying things, which this would be down by now if it wasn't for that. And for me explaining. Feel better already now that the tent that could be seen from space has been taken down.